In this session, we will learn about program of subsurface exploration. The method of site investigation is majorly dependent upon the nature of the engineering project and the site. The subsurface exploration program is planned in 3 stages. Stage 1. In general, investigation should start with the collection of the data, the site plan, get to know where to investigate, the boundary conditions of the investigating site, type of the structure, whether it is of surface structure, solid mass, framed, truss, cable and arches, etc. Size signifies the coverage area of the structure. Importance of the structure, whether it is a major or a minor structure. The loading condition. Probable structural load is to be known. Previous geotechnical report if available, or geotechnical report of existing structure situated in the vicinity of the investigating site. Study of topographical map makes us to understand gradient of the surface and subsurface weatherings. Air photographs shows you the amenities found near the investigating site. Geological map clears you about rock mineral deposits and geological features. Hydrological information data characterizes the regime of bodies of the water. With this, we can predict the hydrochemical characteristics of soil and rock. This is all about the examination of the already existing data about the soil and geological conditions of the site. The existing local knowledge comes from observing the behavior of the existing structure in the vicinity. That will be very helpful. The exploration should be proceeded by site reconnaissances. What is meant by reconnaissance? It is the observation of a region to locate a certain strategic features. These are the observations to be made after visiting the investigating site. We'll go on one by one in detail. Topography of the site. We will get to understand the form, shape or structure of the rock and gradient of runoff water. As we have learned in the junior classes that if the water is in static, the water percolates into the ground surface. If it is kinetic in motion, then the water won't percolate in the ground. The water is the one which makes the soil or rock complex when it interacts. Existing drainage ditches tells you about the behavior and coefficient of permeability. At what rate water is percolating below ground surface, at what rate the water present in the ditches lowers down, at what rate the water accumulates in the ditches. Nextly, observation of the existing structure around the site. If the cracks are formed from the bottom of the structure, then it is because of the foundation or subsurface, and the settlement of the structure is easily judgeable. Then it means the rate of consolidation is with the higher side, or chemical weathering is happening. Now coming for observing deep cuts. If it is homogeneous, then no worries, bearing capacity is fair enough. If layers or stratas of the soil deposits are observed, then investigation is necessary. Observing the flood marks, we can predict the erosion level, subsurface weathering, hydrostatic pressure imposed at that moment, pore water pressure induced. Further observation, if you find open wells around the site, then groundwater table can be predicted. If you observe cleanly, the water level in the wells leaves the impression of maximum water level around the inner periphery of the wells. That makes you to understand the maximum groundwater table and the depression level of the water. Soil and vegetation have a reciprocal relationship. If vegetation is good enough, that means the soil is fertile, holds too much of water then it is more of cohesive in nature. If you find tilted telephonic electrical poles or tilted trees, the prediction is stability of soil or density of the soil is with the lower side. Now coming for the stage 2. Preliminary exploration is familiarly called as general exploration. The stage 2 aims approximate picture of subsurface condition in relatively low cost. For fulfilling the values of design parameters, laboratory tests and preferred with the remolded samples because of the cost cutting to obtain undisturbed samples. Boring for the investigation is prolonged by hand agar or mechanical agar or by wash boring methods. By doing so, approximate thickness of the strata, groundwater level, depth of the rock are known. Now coming for the stage 3, detailed exploration is the supplement to the stage 2. Stage 3 investigation are performed in the case of heavy loads, major structure, large engineering works, costly foundations and complex behavior of subsurface. From stage 1 and stage 2. Field tests are performed to obtain parameters for design and bearing capacity is known. I hope you have understood the program for the site investigation. Thank you.